Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Big Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Well, I do what I do for you. Today, something near and dear to my heart. I was told, writers in 25 will live by storytelling. Story with a message. Message in the story. I got a good one for you today. I was told, baby, nobody wants to talk about God all the time. I beg to differ. That's my best conversation. And guess what? That's what we're talking about today. All right, let's do it. Right thinking. Mission is to introduce you to God, enlighten you, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Get to know yourself a little better. Right thinking is way of life. Your mental and spiritual discipline employed daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission for you, right thinkers, to do just that. If you're a right thinker, you should know yourself. And my job is to get you to do that with the lessons that I supply with you daily. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. That's why I do what I do for them. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Not now. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. That's what I do. Wake you up to you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. You have to be true to yourself. We call it your higher self. It's always been God. If you want to put that God between you and God, that's your choice. I choose not to. Let's go. You never hear me use that phrase. No, God is God. Okay. Right thinkers, let's talk about when it's God's plan. Okay? It can't be denied. They say, if God got his hand on you, if God leading the way, ain't nothing they can't touch you. Become hammer. Can't touch that. And that's how I've been feeling over the last couple of years. It ain't just started. I've been having that feeling for a little while now. I'm getting comfortable with it. So let's talk about it. You have to know God to follow God's plan. Meaning, if you know God, you want to act, do, and be in obedience to God. I call it spiritual discipline. Holding yourself accountable to do what your higher self wants you to do for you. That's a life changer. That's how you change your life. Because obviously, when you're doing a thing that you didn't have understanding with God, you was haphazardly, willy-nilly, selfishly doing you. But once you recognize God with knowledge of self and spiritual awareness, spiritual enlightenment, you reach that level of consciousness to knowing God and you are one. Now you can follow his plan. There's a plan for you if you do that. I'm not a preacher, so don't get it. I hate that preachy thing, no, but I'm just trying to teach you. I can break it down for you, but ain't gonna be all, ooh, just believe. No, I'm explaining to you. Put your work in. Do what you gotta do. Act accordingly, and he'll take care of his end. Your end is to do that. Let's go. If you're doing the right thing, your side, that's really God's plan for all man to be blessed. Only way you're going to be blessed is to what? Do the right thing. When God has a plan for you, it's up to you to hear and obey, live the right way, and you will have everything that you want. Sometimes words don't get it done. Okay? I'm in a place in my life right now where my spirituality controls me. Again, I tell you, I live by what? My spiritual discipline. I'm spiritually disciplined. Why? I'm in obedience to my higher self. Prayed up, whatever you want to call it, don't make a difference what you call it. Is you doing it? You can name it whatever you want. And my man told him, when you do your thing, you call it what you want. But when it's mine, this is what it's paid. You don't touch what's mine. And we are God's children. So when you in You can't be touched. It goes back. It plays itself out. Trust me. It ain't no spookism. It ain't no superstitions. Just believe. No, you need to know. I'm in the knowing business. I'm a teacher. I don't teach belief. All right, here you go. Let's go. Being a God-fearing man. Well, I hear people say, I'm a God-fearing man. No, that means you don't fear God. You fear what? The wrath of God if you don't do what you're supposed to do for God. It's called karma. God's hitman. Okay? That concept I'm trying to get across to my right thinkers. When God blesses you, you get the blessing. Of course, you earned it by doing a good deed, or AKA the right thing. You do sneak and deceitful things and prosper because you think you got over. He frowns on that. That's why he sends karma. And she does what? Give you what you deserve. See, when you sneak and deceitful, you get what you want. Okay, you got some, you get some out the deal. Hustle mentality. Buy low, sell high. Get the goods, put them out there. That whole concept was based on me getting something in return. That's the devil. God blesses. Why? Because if you do what you're supposed to do, you ain't got to do a whole bunch of talking. You ain't got to do a whole bunch of nothing. Just do. Sorry about that. I got to exhibit my own stuff sometimes because, yeah, I just, I feel like talking about God. There you go. Now, nothing against God will prosper. Why? I hear y'all say that in the biblical people. Yeah, that God, that. Maya is balance and order of what? The universe. All divine, perfect order. No evil. You have Maya, which is order. You got Itzfet, or AKA evil. And don't think that Set represents evil. No, that's part of your ego. He is who he is. Evil is a whole different entity when it comes to dealing with Maya. I got a lesson for that, but it's called Itzfet. He didn't become famous. Why? Evil shouldn't be made. We gonna give him power. Okay, here you go. You have knowledge. That's good. If you don't have knowledge, you're ignorant. That's bad. Choice. Knowledge, ignorance. Your choice. Why? This is why the truth is laid out there. I went in search of the truth. Truth didn't come to me and say, hey man, we here to show the truth. I had to go get it. Yeah, I got it calm down. All right, here you go. If you gain prosperity through illegal ways, it won't last. Lies, illegal activities have an expiration date. Truth, eternal. So make a choice. If you gain prosperity by the wrong means, it won't last long. Only truth does. Okay? We see these false preachers, prophets, talking God, but living devilish, egoistic, evil lifestyle. I ain't called, man, I'm not into none of that, okay? But we see it. As I said, we all can see it. The world is on the edge of its seat with defeat on the horizon, but very surprising. We all can see the plot. And some of us claim we could not. That's because you're still asleep. You're unawoke. You're not conscious. Pay attention. Wake up. Everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Yeah, sleeping in your head. Wake up. Get conscious and get knowledge. I teach the consequences of what? Your actions. Why? Because you need to understand that if you do good, the phrase, you reap what you sow, Christians. I keep saying the stuff that y'all understand. I'm going to use your language, but you don't follow half the stuff that you say. It sounds good. And guess what? It do work. Why? I practice it to see. If you did, you would know too. So, sorry about that. Calm down. Really? Yeah, I'm about to get on the road. Okay, but my point is, for every action, there's a consequence. That consequence is karma. You reap what you sow. You're going to get back what you put out. In the discussion, I'm moving on. Here you go. Let's talk about divine intervention. When you in the circumstances, that's God's work, Divine intervention is God's work. Well, how God know? That's the whole point. If you question how or what about God, you're not understanding how this thing is played. Okay? He knows all. omnipresent, omniconscious, omni everything. That means all everywhere. We teach that in the early lessons. So you got to be ignorant of the lessons. If you think and understand that and misunderstand it, you don't know. Get some lessons. Tune in. I got a bunch of videos for you. Just check them out. Let's go. When I ask believers, Christians, why do you believe in God? And also angels, they don't know. They can tell you what they believe. They can tell you what they think, but they don't know. I ask my right thinkers, have you ever experienced God? Then I explain what that is, and everybody to a man had a scenario in life where they had what I call a but God moment. When Moses left Egypt and the Pharaoh, they had a but God moment. Nothing but God could part the Red Sea, let them by, and drown Pharaoh's army. Biblically, but the concept, that's what we're trying to get across. The story is to get across a concept. You should know God by the actions that you receive from what you do. That's how God makes himself known to any and all people. The God you understand it is the one you should be serving. Don't care. That's the God of my understanding. In the discussion, please understand that. Now, if you ever been in a situation where the only way you got through it was through God's grace, God's blessing. That's why me and God had a conversation. I said, yo, you know, these stiff-necked people don't adhere to everything that you... But I get it. I understand it. I get who I can get. That's my job. Don't worry about what somebody doing, ain't doing. I got to do what I got to do. So I understand that concept. At the one time, I'm like, oh, get it. I'm a servant. That's what I do. I serve him. All right? By helping you, I'm serving him. Trust me. That's my concept. Where you at now? Okay. When you had your own but God experience, your belief in God disappeared. Why? Now you know. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's cool to be a believer. And let me give you a quick lesson about the power of belief. That book that you believe in, that's so sacred. The reason why I don't fall over backwards and do cartwheels, I know something else. That's all. But that book, if you're going to follow it, you should know all about that book. And if you know all about it and still want to follow it, that's your choice. But there's some things about that book that you might want to think twice about. That's all I'm saying. So that's my point with that. But again, it has God elements in there. Why? Because it's teaching you lessons on supposed to be how to go back to essence, religion, reconnect with your essence. That's what all it is. They teach you the stories, the mythological, the allegorical stories, but some of y'all think this literally and take it for real. Don't get caught up in that. Just take the lesson and move on. Okay? I'm trying to help you out by being enlightened to who and what you are through knowledge of who and what you claim to be. I don't want your belief. When you perform a good deed, you're doing what? God's will, aka right living. When you do that daily, that's how your blessings will come. Simple as that. Understand that and you'll be fine. Moving on. When you are following God's plan, you are being what? Obedient to God. That's all good Christian, Muslim, and Jews are. Whatever religion you follow, but you still have the action that makes anything with him possible. The manifestation of what you believe should be what it is. And the power of belief will have you doing some real impossible things. Why? Because that's what the belief is. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Think unlimited. Think unlimited. Believe unlimited. Believe you can be all that you can be. Don't limit yourself. Well, I just want to give you. I just want to. No, that's low vibrational thinking. Raise your consciousness. Raise your vibration. Get involved. Okay. Whatever you're passionate about, get involved in that. Because that's probably where your talents and all this your good stuff that's about you lie and what you're passionate about. I'm passionate about learning and teaching. Okay, that's my passion. My lifestyle, here you go, is in what? God's hand. That's my spiritual discipline I live by. I live to what? Please him. When? Daily. By doing what? Right living. Living right. Doing the right thing. That's all I do. And educating and enlightening you so you can do the same thing too. Easy. Got a little poetry going there. But my Muhammad Ali week this week. All right. Now, I'm a master teacher. And as a master teacher, my goal is to get you to know yourself, a.k.a. God. That's the whole purpose of Right Thinking Philosophy. I'm just giving you lessons that's going to get you closer to knowing who you are, a.k.a. know thyself. God's plan for each and every one of us is simple. What's that? Do the right thing. Follow your passion and live it when? Daily. And what happened? You will receive your blessings. That's why I look at the older people. When you get older in life, some of the nonsense you cut out, now you just, I just want to serve my father. I just want to do, yeah. So all you're going to do is treat people right, do the right thing. And that's fine. And that's what's going to get you where you want to go. Nasty, arrogant, because you old and frustrated about your unsuccessful life, bad relationship. That ain't going to do with nothing. Oh, that's you. At Judgment Day, everything you did going to be stacked up, packed up. Karma going to come by and say, there you go. Yeah, this is yours. Okay? And if that weighs on your heart and tip the scale against the fed of my yacht, party's over for you, conceptually. But that's how I live, to keep my heart light. So if I am right, I'm good to go. Simple as that. And if I'm wrong, I don't care. I had a good run when I was here. I did what I did when I was here. If I can't go to the next level with what I'm doing here, didn't deserve it. I ain't got a problem with that. I had my shot. I took my best shot. One man told me at 19, I go buy a new, or go car shopping. He said, son, you only get to do this one time. Go for the gusto. Grab the brass ring. Go for what you know every time you go. Good advice. Here you go. I'm also considered a 5%er. Yeah, I heard the conversation. Yeah, I'm in that number. The 5%ers are those who know that the 85% of people want to be led, want to be taught, want to be bamboozled, okay? And you got 10% of those who are going to do it. That's your preachers, your false prophets. Those guys, they doing it for this. They're not doing it for you. As long as you show up every Sunday and jump up and down and you listen to what they're saying, that conversation they're preaching, they so-called, they will do that for this. The 5%ers, we know the truth. But because there's so few of us, and we got so many ignorant people, it's hard to do our job. But I'm still on my grind. Why? If I can enlighten who I can get to, I'm doing my job. I can get to everybody. I ain't gonna change everybody. But if I can make a difference and anybody like to follow what I teach, I'm happy with that. And that's me serving my higher self. But the whole idea, the 5% is a low number. But they know the truth. Listen to them. That's all I'm saying. Let me move on. I didn't get to the next one. I stop right here. Okay, now, you can't stop. Okay, where we at? Okay, yeah, I'm a 5%. Why? Because I'm one of the few who what? Know the truth. That's why I'm so adamant and passionate about what it is I do. And again, for all y'all who don't like what I do or agree with what I do, let me say this. Sometimes, okay, listen here. Next phrase is, you don't like what I'm doing? Guess what? You can't stop my shine. You know why? This is God's plan, not mine. I've been trying to tell you that since I've been on this adventure. I have no idea why I'm doing this, but I'm driven to do it. And I done got past questioning, well, what? I get it now. So let's go. Last one, about to wrap it up. Again, it's a long session. The story's just long. Sorry about that. Here you go. Hope you got the message, though. Now, you can't stop my shine. You know why? Yeah. This is God's plan, not mine. Right thinking philosophy is what God's plan for me. It's my tool to lead the ignorant into the glorious light with what? Knowledge that I have that I can dispense and give to others who can acquire it, learn it, and live it, and get to Him. Become another servant to Him. That's my job. I'll get you to God. That's it. Sometimes God will do something only He can do for you to what? Stay true and understand you're doing the right thing for all the right reasons. Keep doing that. My award, they just gas me up. I'm good to go. They don't wound me up. All right. If I wasn't who I am now, my head would be this big. What? Ego. Because I got it under control, He only come out when I let Him. When I made my walk to get my award, that was all ego. That was ego on display. And guess what I got in return? That brother got swag. So yeah, I had my moment, and I'm good with that. Before I wanted the whole night. I wanted to have no. I waited my turn. I'll last. I just like love it. I'm telling you, at my job, we have different things going on. I teach on Thursdays at 3:30, but when I'm there on Tuesdays, I'm like this. I'm just vibing and weaving, the double dutch. They just doing their thing. Okay, Tuesday, I'm just hanging out. Thursday come, all morning, I'm just vibing, weaving. Later on afternoon, I'm ready to jump in and do what I do. So that's my concept. I'm overtime. Sorry about that. Now you walk. Watch this. If you walk the talk, you talk, and you speak my kadu, which I do, you're living in truth. In the discussion. Transparency is important if you're going to be living in that truth. Trust me. Let me wrap this up. I see the clock going. It's against me now. I'm trying to beat the clock. All right. When you walk by faith, and all religious people claim to do that, and that's fine, but that's not a problem. But you have to live your belief. God has a plan for you too, if you can do that. You don't have to follow me, but it's still a plan to serve God. If you do that, that's all he wants for you. Trust me. I know that by what? By the plan, a.k.a. the grace of God. Right there, philosophy will grow and prosper. Why? Because it's from him. I appreciate you. I'll be back.